Welcome everyone to Boom Mike Banter, episode 22. I am Nick. With me today is a guest I've had on before. I love her to goddamn death, and that person is Allie. Allie, what the fuck is up?
Hey.
I saw you wince at my pre-intro. I take a moment.
I wasn't wincing.
You winced. There was a wince and a giggle. You covered your mouth. There was giggling involved. It's every time because I have to be like. It's the only thing. I'm thinking about changing it. I'm thinking about starting in like a mellow conversation and then just being like, oh, hey, by the way, your phone's blowing up.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's the power of vibrate. But literally, I'm thinking about changing it down the road. I might do like an intro conversation thing and then be like, hey, by the way, everybody's Boom Mike Banter.
You could.
Yeah, I'm
that
thinking
would be
about
a nice
it.
approach.
I'm thinking about changing it, but anyway. So on a side note, we were half-ass riffing about podcast shit in general because this whole meeting today started about a week ago with you hitting me up about your pseudo love of podcasts and getting more into them, trying to figure stuff out with it. So yeah. So you're listening to some.
No, I listen to so many. There's so many.
Yeah. Well, first of all, the problem is we're white, so we just listen to a ton of podcasts.
Yeah,
we're white in our 20s.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's just how it is. I mean, that's the first joke I made on the first podcast I did was I'm a generic 20-something white guy, so like, of course now I have to have a podcast.
You all make fun of me for being a basic white girl all the time.
That's true. It's true. Listen, if the UGG boot fits.
Damn it! Shut up.
That's all I'm saying. But you were debating though. The whole thing was though you were debating on starting one.
Yeah. I think it would be really cool.
Do you have like any fucking idea? Do you just more want to riff, or are you thinking? Because at this point now, the beginning of this podcast is just a brainstorm session. That's what we've turned this into.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, in a public forum.
No, I don't know. I kind of want to have like a theme, but I'm just not sure where I want to go with it.
Well, you have a lot of different facets. You're a very
I
multi-dimensional person.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I actually mean that. Ironically enough, that's a
understand.
generic statement to say about some people, but it depends.
Understand.
You're definitely a person where like it depends on the people who know you. They know you for very different things.
Well, yeah, because I keep all of my all my preferences separate.
Your multifacets are in between brick
I have
walls.
like makeup ladies and you nerdy people and my sports bros and
it's so fucking funny.
My hoes down the street.
It's so funny to see those converge. Like what was it 2 weeks ago or like 3 weeks ago? The fucking funniest thing of all time. We were all hanging and fucking Brandon and his boys were shooting the shit about sports, but they were playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
And just at some random point, like, because they knew me as being, like, nerdy Pokemon guy for a while. But then you just brought up, like, something low-key of just, like, oh, yeah, by the way, Evolve's at, like, 25. And then everyone was like, everyone was like, the fuck? And I remember Ryan was like, wait, does she? And I was like, oh. Like, I was like, please. I was like,
no. The look on his face when he knew I watched football.
Yes, that's so true.
Priceless.
That's so true.
And I know about football. Because he just was like, huh?
But then, yeah, I think you blew everybody's mind in the room when we started having a Pokemon off, and then everyone's just like, what the fuck?
That's my favorite part.
Oh my god.
I just mind fuck everybody.
But yeah, like, listen, on a podcast, you could still be multifaceted. You could have, let me ask you this. Would you, for consistency-wise, would you try to do, like, once a week? Would you try to do, like, once, like, how often would you like to do it? This is all hypothetical. This is even if you would do it.
I haven't even come up with a topic yet.
Because all I was thinking was, if you do it like once a week, you could essentially hit one of the 4 facets each week, and then
but then
I'd
have to like go backwards. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel you.
So let's say like I would do one thing a week, which would equal one, like monthly. There's 4 topics.
Bingo.
So we'll keep it at 4 because that makes it
easy.
Exactly.
It's concise.
If you go down the line, the next month I'd have to hit the same topic that I hit week 1 of the first month, the second month, and I'd be confused as shit.
I get that.
I'd be like, what?
Because my thing, the podcast I did before this one was all video games.
Really?
Yeah, so I did the podcast with Jeremy we did that for like a year.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we did a whole it was a 50-50. We did a lot of talking about video games, and then the other pretty much like 50% was like informative of like up to date like gaming news of like what's happening. And that was great. I mean, like I had a fucking blast doing it, but it definitely for the both of us, when number one there would either be like really big lull points in gaming, or there would just be like some episodes where we'd go into it being like, oh hey, we have to talk about this price change or price drop on games.
Like one game?
No, it was just gaming in general.
Or just in general.
It was just the cloud of gaming. But even with that big of a facet, we still would be like sometimes of like, oh, we have to talk about, we're definitely going to bring up this one big gaming news subject, but we'd end up just riffing for an hour and 30 minutes about just like nothing gaming related. Just like, hey, I woke up then where he did this fucking thing. And then that's where we just kind of split, because I was like, oh, I could just talk about anything, and that's way easier. And then it doesn't feel... Because then after a while... And keep in mind, ours was more informative, so that's why I was back and forth. But at one point, it definitely started feeling like a job of like, oh, fuck. And that's the one thing that I wanted, at least to kind of avoid out of it, was I didn't want it to feel like work ever. And definitely at one point, it was feeling like work. So I was just like, yeah, we gotta...
I don't want it to feel... I don't want it to be like a hobby. Not
yeah,
like a
exactly.
job.
And it should just be a comfortable thing, shooting the shit with people. Because that's... And my thing, though, too, of... why, at least for me, why I want to do a more generic one of, like, I had Wilden on, and Wilden's a great example. Like, we could have easily just talked about anime and gaming the entire time. But, like, because he's a personal trainer, I'm like, I'm a fucking moron with fitness. I want to know what he has. Like, so it's just good getting other people's fucking points of view about stuff. I mean, like, you're a teacher as well, and we've talked about that last time of, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know of children. I've been around children. I've, like, borderline raised my brother from childhood. But at the same time, like, that realm of just one pseudo-parental experience as opposed to parenting 15 kids, fucking, 6+ hours a day, like, 5 days a week.
Sometimes it's 10.
Yeah, see, that's all I'm saying. Like, that's a huge fucking difference. And that's just when you're parenting them in person, as opposed to writing up fucking plans and schedules and... fucking however much longer of time that goes in between.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's just something like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, think about it, girl.
I have been.
Yeah. Well, let me know what's going on down the road, because either way, you have one listener at least. Thanks. You have one listener guaranteed.
Man.
Yeah. But yeah. So anyway. We should bring up the...
Yeah, let's talk about the actual topic.
Let's talk about the real shit. Let's talk about the real fucking point of why you could not be more excited to shoot the shit.
Gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah. So, in case anybody lives under a fucking rock, and as of the day of recording this, because, I'm definitely...
technically it's tomorrow.
Well, the day... Yeah, because it's going to be midnight, but I'm just... because I should be able to upload this tonight. I'm debating because when I upload this, I'm going to upload it potentially tomorrow. Anyway... Today is November 14th, which means tomorrow Pokemon Sword and Shield comes out.
Yes!
The 8th motherfucking generation.
Do you hear the excitement?
They're so... Oh, my God.
I'm so excited. I haven't been able to stop talking about it all day.
So...
Brandon, if you listen, get ready.
Yeah, I was about to say, you fucking better be. Goddamn son of a bitch. But anyway, so much. So, first of all, which version are you getting?
I pre-ordered Shield.
Okay. Are you sticking with that one? Shield's the one you're going with? I'm just asking.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you change?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can change.
Well, no, I don't want to.
You can change.
Brandon and I are Team Shield together.
Yeah, which is good. See, I'm glad because I'm picking up Sword, which means then we can swap exclusives. I know. Listen, I'm just double checking.
No,
I'm just saying because they posted.
I don't like the legend in Sword.
I adore that one only because it's literally it looks just like a boss from Dark Souls.
I don't.
So I'm like, yeah. I have to.
Like the big old
shield.
Yeah.
If it was a fur shield, I'd like it more, but
I don't know. It just looks majestic to me.
My boy's got like a hone edge in his mouth.
Galarian Ponyta's in
my mouth. I know. I need that one. You have Galarian Ponyta. You have Galarian Corsola.
Wait, hold on. let's preface here.
Okay,
I've kind of been trying to keep things a surprise.
Oh, okay, all right.
You can tell me.
Yeah.
I'm okay with you telling me.
But I'm not gonna don't dumpster leak.
You can.
Everything. Yeah, okay.
But I'm gonna be looking at you like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a Galarian Corsola. What are you talking about?
Yep. Yeah, that one's dope as shit. Yeah, it's
I'll look it up now.
They're doing
really quick.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So the dope thing about that is they're going off of the lore. Stork actually told me this ahead of time, but then we got pictures like the day we were shooting the shit about it.
Oh, that liar. He told me he wasn't looking up anything.
I know.
He didn't even want to see the 3 starters.
I know. Stork's a big fat hypocrite. Only in this gen. Because before in previous generations, he did stick to no spoilers.
I know he
but
did.
this one, he went full fucking banana boats. But what's dope is they went off the lore for Corsola that Toxapex eats Corsolas in the ocean in Gen 7. So that's why in this new one, it's Corsola, but it's a ghost type. And it evolves.
Shut up.
It evolves. Yeah, and it evolves into Cursula, and it's like a bigger ghost type.
Shut up.
Yeah!
That's dope as
That's
hell.
what I'm saying. That's who you get in fucking Shield. Yep.
I get that.
You get that.
Well, what do you get?
We get.
Do you get Galarian coughing?
No, I think Galarian wheezing is both.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember which one. Oh, fuck, now I'm forgetting.
Wait, can I look this up?
Yeah. If you literally look up the Sword and Shield exclusives, it has it. I'm trying to remember the ones that stuck out to me. Oh, for Shield, you guys get Tyranitar. We get Komo-o-o.
You don't look like...
I'm trying to think of what else. You guys get Sliggoo.
Fucking Candy Pony.
I know.
Dope as
and the fucking
shit.
Rapidash. The Rapidash looks dope as shit, too.
Keep
I know. I'm just saying. Rapidash
that has
dope.
to be a surprise.
Yep. That Ponyta's ability so good, too. That fucking protects the entire party from getting poisoned. Like,
seriously?
That's its ability.
Wow.
What? Like, what the
That's
fuck?
crazy. You don't see that.
Bananas.
That's nuts.
You literally just put in that Pokemon just to be able to block fucking Toxic.
So do you get Farfetch'd or whatever?
Oh, Surfetch. That's what it is.
Surfetch.
We do get
right.
Surfetch.
I don't know. And you get Hydreigon, don't you?
Yes.
Saw that
because
one.
it's each of us get 2 different pseudo legendaries.
Yeah.
So we get.
Listen, you can have T-Tar. I'm not a T-Tar fan, but
No,
you
you have
gave
T-Tar.
me a Dano.
Yeah.
I'll trade you my T-Tar for my Dano.
That's what I was just gonna say.
I love Hydreigon
we
much
get,
more than
we get Hydreigon
T-Tar.
and Komo-o-o.
No, he
fucking
sucks.
goddamn thing.
I was not a fan.
I know. I don't. The design shit's whatever. For actually battling, he's not terrible, but. And I like the fact that it's fighting dragon.
Give me Dano. I want Dano.
Oh, well, Hydreigon's dope as shit.
I want Dano. I'll take Sliggoo, though.
Yeah, Sliggoo's not bad.
Gumi's dope.
Yeah,
Gumi's
Gumi's
dope.
pretty cool.
He's kind of squishy, but Gumi's dope.
Yeah, some exclusives aren't bad.
No.
But, so the only thing... So how... we should take a pulse on this, because a lot of people have been debating about this. Some people are actually, revolting against it. So, there's a couple things that people aren't liking about Gen 8. At least these beginning Gen 8 games. Number 1, the national decks.
Fill me in, because some of it, like I said,
Totally
I've
fine.
been trying to keep
So,
a little bit.
So let me just at least bring you to the things that people are getting really mad about. Okay. So the one huge thing is this game will not, even in post-game, have a national dex at all.
That I heard.
Yeah. So we lose... I forgot the exact number, but if I'm not mistaken, we don't have over, 500 Pokemon in this game.
Okay.
Which is kind of... I mean, it's a big deal. That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the sense of, you can't even...
I think I'd have to play the game first to actually have a take on it.
Yeah.
But
My
as
thing,
of right now,
My thing is, it does just bum me out only in the sense of, you have some people... I mean, what? Pokemon invested how much money into the e-bank?
Yeah,
where you can literally transfer Pokemon cross-game. Because they tried to make that a huge necessity. And then also, I mean, there are some people...
Can you get the e-bank in the Switch?
It's funny that you say that. I think they're coming out with an update.
Okay. That's what I would figure.
Yeah. Because my whole thing with it, too, is... And that's what I'm assuming that they're taking time with. But the problem that Game Freak isn't even saying anything about it is pissing fans off. And, I do genuinely feel bad for some people that have intentionally, worked really hard to import a Pokemon from their base original, red or blue.
Yeah.
And depending on the Pokemon... they will never be able to get it in
that's true.
Sword and Shield,
That's
which
true.
fucking sucks. Like, I will say this, though. As much as I think people are freaking out about it, I do think that they are going to come out with, like, a Sword or Shield 2 or whatever the fuck they're going to call it. And I think that one will have the national decks.
My thought is, like, what if they even come out with DLC? They've never done that before.
It's true.
And that's where I'm thinking, like, I'm not saying that all those 500 missing are coming.
No, of course.
But, like, maybe that's their approach now. Because, like, a lot of games are doing that.
Well, yeah, so many games are doing DLC. I mean, people get really pissed off.
Look at Breath of the Wild. Yeah. And then you have the Champions Ballot. And now there's a second one coming out. And
yeah. No, it's true. I mean,
2000 and whatever. But
fucking just even on the Nintendo train, I mean, that's how Smash Bros. Makes a shit ton of their extra money.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe, maybe that's the route they're going. I can't really say because I don't work there, but
It'd be interesting.
I have read up on a couple debates on that, and I've seen some people's like takes on what's happening, and blah 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 blah. I don't really have like
you don't have a strong opinion either way.
A strong opinion either way yet, because my thing is I'd rather just, as bummed out as I am about the fact that I can't get everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My takeaway from it is like, number one, at least if we're just looking at it half full, of like, well, the Pokédex is gonna be way easier to complete this time.
Yeah.
Like now
I see that.
That cuts my Pokédex like in half. And
well,
two,
you know me, I like have to collect everything in every fucking game.
Exactly. And the other thing, which I actually had a huge issue, like, so out of any Pokemon generation, the two, and lately it's primarily one, but the two generations that I had a really hard time getting names down was 5th gen and 7th gen. Primarily 7th gen, because like a lot of the names are like very Hawaiian, which is totally fine, but it's like so many Pokemon end in like OO or like all like different like vowels, which is just tricky to tie down.
That's true.
And especially when I was so used to like having like
all the Tapus and
stuff. Yeah. And like especially like even in that game where I was more like, oh dope, I get Alolan forms of old Pokemon, so then I was more focusing on those than the new ones.
Yeah.
So it was like, really...
how could you not? Alolan Marowak is like dope as fuck.
It's the fucking dopest thing of all time. Even Alolan Raichu's dope as shit.
Still trying to get one in Pokemon Go.
But what the fuck's it called? But yeah, like so that's the thing of like I can at least look at it that way of like it's gonna be easier to complete, and then also hopefully it will then, because of the Pokedex being more limited, I will more buckle down on getting the names and like the typing and remembering everything about this gen.
Yeah. Because
this gen's kind of like a really new fresh start. So there could be that. Yeah. But like you said, I mean, that would be a very interesting idea, and this is the first, it's kind of a mixed bag, because this is the first new gen that's actually on home console that is a full outright Pokemon game. Because we've had like side full Pokemon games like the Coliseum and Pokemon like XD Gale of Darkness and stuff.
Game's dope as shit.
Oh, so good. But other than that,
I understand.
Yeah, this one's like full console, so I mean, like it hypothetically could.
Just saying, hey, Game Freak, I'm waiting for that Diamond and Pearl remake.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's true. You
Platinum.
and me both. Yeah, they really should just do Platinum at this point, because Platinum would have everything.
Yeah.
But of course, they'll do Diamond and Pearl because they want to make more money.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't. For that topic, I don't really have a gear towards either shift at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely.
It is going to be a huge disappointment for me, but if you look back at it, like, if you really don't work super fucking hard, you're not getting half that shit anyway.
Yeah.
And they put, like, random-ass Pokemon, like, in... Was it Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon that you can't even obtain?
Yeah,
but it's in the Dex.
Yep.
Or like Arceus, you can't even get the fucking flute.
Yeah.
But
you can't get the Ion Flute or anything, and it doesn't show up as opposed to those. You know
what I mean?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Like, but yeah, so like,
but it's there.
You know what I mean? Like, but he exists, and you get all the plates for him, but you can't get him because you can't get the flute.
True.
Like,
you can't get most of the plates.
So I get it. Like that shit to me is frustrating when you get an item.
That's linked directly to the Pokemon.
Yeah, like, so you get, like, hypothetically speaking, you get the, let me think of one.
I was thinking like Soul Dew. Or like the lustrous orbs.
Yeah, but you don't need the Soul Dew to obtain...
I see.
Latios. I'm totally talking about like items like Cresselia or Shaman or or Victini. You know, you need that Liberty. Okay, here's a good one. You need the Liberty Pass in order to get on the boat to go to the island where Victini inhabits. Mm-hmm. But like, let's just throw this out there. You can't obtain the item.
Yeah.
Without doing something super awesome. But that didn't come out until after DS lost
all
internet communication. So, like, what the fuck was the point in making it?
Yeah, it's weird.
You know what I mean? Like, that shit frustrates the hell out of me. Like, if I can't get something to complete what I'm trying to do, because I'm, like, a major completionist when it comes to games.
Totally.
So, like, what's the point?
Well, the one thing I thought that was a cool concept they did in 4th gen was, like, because Deoxys in Gen 3 had, like, so many different forms. So then in Gen 4, if you had a Deoxys and then brought him over, they had those meteorites. Yeah. So you could change his form, and I was like, that's fucking brilliant. But then after 4th gen, they never did it again.
When did they add speed form to him? Was that 6th?
No, I think they had all his forms in Gen 4. Really? The speed definitely was later than... If I was a betting man...
Or was it 4? Because I know in 3rd gen, you could not get speed form.
I think it must have been... Yeah, because it was just attack, defense.
It was attack, defense, and normal.
So speed must have been 4th gen.
Okay.
It couldn't have been 5th. Because I know
it was either 4th or 6th.
It was definitely 4th. Okay. If it's between those two, it's definitely 4th. 100%. But I thought that concept was really cool. Yeah. And then right after 4th gen, we never had that again. I was just like, what the fuck? So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Mm-hmm. The other one that I think is just very odd, and it actually doesn't make sense to me because it's kind of a new rule that they put on Pokemon that I don't get. We don't have the hard number for it yet, but moral of the story: if a Pokemon is a significant level higher than the current Pokemon that you're using to battle it, you will not be able to catch it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So
what's significant?
So
there's no hard number on that.
There's not a hard number, but I will throw you an example that did work.
So like if your
Pokemon is like
a level 50.
Okay.
And you're battling a level 70. So if we're going back to
that gap should work if you're talking about like going to a legendary.
Yeah.
But for example, if you throw out a Pokemon that's like level 30, and that Pokemon that you're going up against is like probably level like 70 or 80, you cannot catch the Pokemon. It won't even give you the option to go catch it.
Okay. Can you listen to me first?
No, by all means.
Why would you throw a level 30 at a level 80?
I know, that's totally true. But imagine though if you had all 8 badges and you were just like training a Pokemon, and just hypothetically, say you were using... So
even if that's your starter and you switch out...
That's what
you're reading.
That's from what I'm hearing.
That's a fucking dumb ass idea. Are you shitting me? So you need to start with that level whatever that is significantly higher. What the fuck is that?
I know, because hypothetically,
really?
Because to catch, hypothetically to catch a bunch of Pokemon, just imagine if you had a lower level mon that had
highest.
So that had a lower level mon that had false swipe, and say it was like a Doug trio, so it has arena trap, so the Pokemon can't run or something like that. You know what I mean? But depending on the level gap of the Pokemon, you might not be able to catch it. How fucking insane is that?
Wait, why? I
don't get it. And like I said, So there's a couple factors that question it. Number one, the big thing that people still aren't 100% sure of is, I personally, and I agree with this consensus, I think it depends on, number one, badges. So I think badges will, number one, depend that. And then once if I'm not mistaken, once you obtain all the badges, then there shouldn't be a restriction on it at all. But I think if you only have certain badges and go for Pokemon that are certain higher level or stuff, you might not be able to, because... all I know is for a fact people are having issues because in some of the Gigantamax raids where you're battling one big Pokemon, some people were not even able to try to attempt to catch the Pokemon. And that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to help participate in the raid, even if your chance of catching it is like 5%, you should still have an opportunity.
You should still have the ability to at least try.
Because that's where people are more hitting a wall. It's not like they're walking in a patch of grass and then fucking seeing like a level 80 fucking Entei show up out of nowhere.
I figured it wasn't, for Entei's not.
I know, yeah, exactly. I know. It's a weird circumstance, but
I figured that it didn't have anything to do with, patches of grass or whatever. I figured it had to do with like the Gigantamax ones or whatever.
Correct. That is still a weird mechanic too. I'm still trying to figure out how the mechanic works.
See, there's a debate for you.
I still need to see it.
That I 100% was like all about Mega Evolution.
Yes.
Like I find that to be the most fascinating thing ever in this like newer setup whole series. Mm-hmm. So I was hoping that I know that they started that out with X and Y and
6th gen. You're right.
And then they went to Oris and continued and everything and kind of built upon that whole story of like how this became about. And you're in Gen 6, you're following a professor who is fascinated with this and learning about that, and you're learning about that. And
you got a backstory into it. You got lore from it.
So I found that to be like an awesome addition to this whole game series
and it made some old forgotten Pokemon dope as fuck again.
Some of them not so much, but like Mega P Ram is dope as shit.
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm saying.
Fucking Fabio Ampharos, like yes.
So dope.
But then again, like giving some like I don't understand why Law Bunny has a
why it has a Mega.
But yet again, Aldino has a Mega.
I think some are cool because then you do get Pokemon that are unpopular.
They do become useful.
Yes, like even like because like Houndoom got like so swept under the rug, and like you got a Mega, so at least like now he can do some more shit. Or you have like
you better watch out. You were there when we were playing Showdown.
I know.
And fucking Mega Houndoom like wrecked shit.
I know. But also like another really good one is like when you're talking about the OG starters, like you have like Charizard and stuff, and everybody fucking loves that boy. But fucking Mega Venusaur is like still one of the most like solid fucking Megas.
Yeah.
Those defense stats just fucking absurd.
But yeah, so you have that, and then we moved on from that to the whole Z move thing. I wasn't a fan. I'm kind of glad that this is like not transferring over. Like it kind of stays on the island type deal.
Yeah. Well, we do kind of have that with Gigantamax because Gigantamax has a big. They have like their big finisher move. Yeah. But like you were saying originally though, like I've always been more of a fan of like because then we had Alolan forms, and now we're gonna have Galarian forms. Like I like when they take old Pokemon and give them a new coat of paint and make it like an iteration. Like honestly, like I don't care if
I don't know. Granted, like I don't think that all Pokemon should have a different form.
True.
Some of them should remain the way that they are because they're perfect the way that they are.
Exactly.
In their own way. So, like, you gave, like, T-Tar has a Mega.
Yep.
Does he need a Mega? Does Salamence need a Mega?
Yeah.
They were pretty OP as they were, and now they're like mega OP. They got
broken. Same thing with Metagross. Metagross is fucking insane. No, he became a fucking mega. It's just like Jesus Christ. Rayquaza had the fucking second highest base. Rayquaza and Mewtwo. They had the highest base stats in the game, and then we're just like, yep, let's just double them.
The moment in Showdown when I see Mega Rayquaza or Mega Mewtwo X or Y, depending, I'm like, fuck, I'm out.
Ubers,
I'm just give over. Up. You win.
It's just over.
There's nothing you can do. But yeah, like some of them, I feel like they didn't necessarily need to like go that route, and they could have like amped a couple others. But then you have like really poorly chosen mons like Alolan Dugtrio. I don't understand it.
You leave Hansen alone.
I don't understand it.
It's beautiful.
I get it. I know it, but like I don't understand.
Those beautiful locks. I like its type. Like the
typing is okay.
The Alolan, the big thing that
typing.
The big thing that swung me was for most of them when they did change, it was the typing.
I appreciate the typing aspect of it. That's what I do like about that, and I like that they kind of kept the same thing going with the Galar region. With the typing change. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I feel about the Gigantamax thing yet.
Yeah, it's still my biggest thing is like number one, I don't know how
I'm
big.
not a fan so far.
Yeah, my big thing is I still don't 100% understand how the mechanic works.
Yeah.
Like, do you just do the big move and then that's it? do your Pokemon stats change? Is it like if I'm a normal fucking Pokemon and I'm fighting a Gigantamax Pokemon? First of all, how even common is it? Like, if you and me battle, is that a special feature that we have to put on? Is that something... Like, that's a problem. Like, when they introduce these things, I don't need to know, like, the in-depth lore meta shit. Like, I don't need to know the competitive battling of it, but, like, I do want to know if they're going to incorporate a mode like that before the game comes out of, like, hey, if you and me want to battle, because they're promoting, we can raid together now. We can jump in each other's worlds and, like, catch Pokemon shit. And I'm down for that, but like then at the same time, you better fucking explain to me what the fuck then battling
and
works.
And I feel like when they did the megas, they did a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
well,
you need you need the ring or the brace, whatever. Mm-hmm. You need the ring.
They have to hold an item.
You have to hold it. Which takes up their item space. Which makes this Pokemon then evolve into something better.
Yep.
A better version of themselves with better statistics.
Their mega change outranks has like the top priority, so like even if your Pokemon's slower, it'll at least mega evolve before you get taken a hit.
Automatically you get the first move, essentially, quote unquote.
At least for the transformation. It's like
like at least it gave you that much, and then the Z moves like, oh well, you have to collect the Z Prism and put it in your Z bracelet thing. Yep. I don't remember.
Same thing. They have to hold.
But you have to hold item. That for that move to be even attainable. And that's an extra move. It doesn't take up a slot in your 4-move space. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you have to give a little, and I feel like with this gen they didn't give much at all.
And it's weird because like you see some of the Pokemon that they have like just not even to throw like leaks, like some of the Pokemon that they put in the official trailer, like the one I was actually the most interested in is Gigantamax Butterfree, because it's fucking like whatever it is. Whatever its move, I don't know what they're called, but just for now, I'm just going to bullshit it with Z moves. The Gigantamax move that it does.
Big move. Call it a big move.
Big move. Big moves. Big moves. Big moves. Big plays happening. Big words. So anyway, when Butterfree does its big words, its fucking move is dope. It doesn't do any damage, but it either puts to sleep, paralysis, or...
Oh, so like stat changes.
Yeah. Its stat inhibits every Pokemon in the party.
Oh.
Right? Which I was like, holy fuck. Yeah, it either poisons, paralyzes, or puts to sleep every Pokemon in the opposing Pokemon's party. Which I was like, that's... Yeah! I was like, right?
Everyone
I was like, holy fuck. And it's totally random which one of the three, and it could be different. Wow. Like, 2 of the mons could be paralyzed, 2 of them could be poisoned, 2 of them are put to sleep. It's totally random. Wow, but all of them get put for a stat. Yeah, right?
That's genius.
Right? So that's why I'm like, see, now you're thinking about using Butterfree. Butterfree's still a bitch. But all I'm saying is, like...
Rather use, like, what is it, Vivillon?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Quiver Dance.
Yep. Jesus Christ, just fucking sweep.
Rabombi! Coming at you with my Rabombi. There's a 7th gen for you, folks. Coming at you with my Rabombi.
Christ.
Let me tell you, I'm going to set you up with at least 2 Quiver Dances. You're not touching me. You're not touching me.
Oh, shit. But yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, so like when I see that type of thing, I'm like, that's cool. But then I'm like, wait, but are we battling Pokemon then like it's a raid? Like if I have normal Pokemon, do I have more than one normal Pokemon out? Am I doing multiple moves?
Yeah, I see how
I'm like, I don't know.
Can I Quiver Dance with my Butterfree? I really want to know.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
I want a Gigantamax Quiver Dance your ass.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I don't know, like, where... My biggest personal thing is, like, I don't know what's going to happen to stats.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my big thing.
I think that bothers me a lot, too. Because, like, if you're going for... Like, if you want to look at it from a Go standpoint, because I recently started back into that again. Yeah. I know you're looking at CP and not statistic-wise, but there is that, like, weird rating scale thing where people do and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's technically stats. But
I would say so. It's one flat stat.
Yeah,
as
it's
opposed
not like,
to RPG
attack,
full exactly.
Attack.
Yeah.
Special defense.
Go definitely simplified it with one number as opposed to a stat spread.
Yeah. Like I would assume because it is going with the suit of the series that it would be all of those stats, but is it because that that Pokemon is now large and in charge. Like, do they come with, like, max stats in certain categories like Megas do? Like, when you have a Z move on a Pokemon, that didn't change stats. Alolan, forms changed somewhat, but it more so focused on typing, I believe.
No, you're totally right. Their moves changed only because of their typing.
Little slight stat change as far as like Alolan Raichu, but not by much.
Yeah.
That wasn't a focal point, so I don't know where this is going to fall, and that, as a true Pokemon fan, kind of bothers me.
That's what I'm saying.
I enjoy over the years, and I mean, I've been a Pokemon fan pretty much my whole life.
Yeah, that's what
I started with Yellow. That's been, and I still have my original Yellow somewhere.
Hell yeah. Still got all my base games.
And have followed the whole line. I didn't really... Sorry I didn't play Ultra Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Just wasn't my thing. And I didn't play Black 2 or White 2. It just wasn't my thing. But I played all the original ones. And I just don't know, because like learning from where I was in Gen 1 to now Gen 7, things are completely different.
Yeah, totally.
Statistics are more important.
Yeah.
You have natures now added to the mix, and you have typings that are mashed together, whereas in the original, you only had one type.
Yeah, pretty much.
And moves were one type and most moves were all either physical or special, not like interchangeable, and they didn't switch this to that and this to that, and you didn't worry so much about types, because if you could powerhouse with like select ones and call it a day.
I think in Gen 1 it was really only like some grass types were multi-dimensional, but it was grass poison, so you just had a couple different elements there, and then
it was rare, and now it's like a whole new world, because you have to worry about that, because with that move set and with that typing matchup, now it comes along with a whole bunch of, now you're resistant against all these plus all those, but you're also weak to all these plus all those. So it's like, and this does this and this does that. So it's like it's a major game.
The one thing I was gonna say, which I keep up on this like religiously, but that's just me, and I'm definitely more of an outsider on this, but I actually follow the like Pokemon like official like competitive like battling scene a lot. This game is gonna be so fucking interesting, because it is pretty much forcing people, because the biggest way that people competitive battle, at least through like the official tournament scene, is they do doubles. Yeah. That's like always the way. Yeah. And
I've seen that a bunch of times on YouTube. Well, used to. I don't watch it anymore.
No, it's okay. But
stuff happens.
But what's it called? But yeah, this game is gonna like shatter whatever the fuck the rules were. Because number one, I mean, like any fucking Pokemon that you used in those probably isn't even in 8th gen. Right. Not to mention, like, whatever the fuck we're going to have in this one. So, like, this one's breaking the mold on, like, a lot.
Well, and there are a lot of rules and regulations, at least as far as I don't follow it probably as religiously as you do. Yeah. But when I've looked at it and even watched some actual ones happen, or people who actually know a lot about it, because they do go to those competitions and stuff like that, there are a lot of rules and regulations you have to follow. Your Pokemon have to be pretty much not amped at all. Yeah. Everything has to be pretty much base what they are when you get them. Now, that obviously is dependent on what nature they are, is what boost or negative effect that they have. But a lot of mons are excluded. You can't have legends. You can't have megas. You can't have this unless it's a specific class. And then you can have megas, but major huge legends that you would love to use are automatically excluded. They're banned, you can't have certain mons are also excluded because of their stats and stuff. Like, you can't do illegal moves that are not learned by breeding. You can't do this, you can't do that. Like, there's so many things you have to follow in that. They said it pretty straight. But I will say, actually, since you did bring up natures and stuff, I don't know if you heard about the really cool feature, and it's in one of the trailers too, but a lot of people slept on it. They're taking probably the greatest feature from Let's Go. Now your PC is 100% portable. I did see that. Yeah, I am kind of excited about that. I did not play cool. Let's Go. Honestly, when I saw that was released, I thought it was the dumbest thing ever.
So, well, my thing was I already played first gen, and I don't want to play like a diet first gen. That was my whole take of it.
That's why I was like, you basically dumbed down a game that was already pretty simple. From the beginning. If I understood at 5, how to play and beat this game.
Well, my whole funny...
Anyway.
No. I mean, my whole funny takeaway from that, too, like, I just found the concept funny, because it was like, yeah, they go by Let's Go rules, so Pokemon just have CP, and, like, that's all you have to worry about. And I was like, that's
was
cool.
very disappointing to me.
My whole thing that I laughed about, I was like, we've spent years making, like, Nuzlocks and, like, making the base game harder. Mm-hmm. And this one's like, hey, here's it easier.
Let's just dumb it down
I was like,
from an already basic... easy game. I mean, if you look at it back when we were little, Gen 1 was simple.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you have Gen 7 simple.
Yeah. They were progressively getting harder until they got easier.
I would say X and Y is pretty difficult if you don't
I would say, in my personal opinion, I think we got the peak of difficulty at right at the tip of we got so
Platinum was hard as fuck.
So here's what I'm saying. So we
had
Gen 1
Emerald to Platinum.
We had I'll even do you one better. We had Gen 1, cool, standard, red, blue, yellow, dope. We had Silver and Gold, definitely a step up. They upgraded. We had double the gyms, hell yeah. We had a sidestep I
played Crystal, so
oh, that's fine. That's what I'm saying. That's cool, no judgment. So we had Gen 3, so we have Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And then Emerald was definitely that up jump because it had so much more post-game shit and everything else. So then, like, Emerald at one point was definitely at the peak. Then we had Diamond and Pearl, which I would still consider like a sidestep from Emerald. We had a lot of upgrades. A lot of the base trainers were harder and stuff. You had to work a lot more, especially in, like, the Lead Four and near the post-end of the game. Platinum, big old jump.
Hard as
big
fuck.
Old jump, big old jump. And then, for me, you have the big 3. So you had Platinum, and then Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That, I think... I
didn't consider those.
That for me is the apex. And then in my opinion, it constantly then took steps down. Not in a bad way, but it's just... Then we had Black and White. And that wasn't different. Like, that wasn't like, insane, but it also
bad, but it
stepped down from what we're used to.
Super simple.
X and Y, where they pretty much, like, they focused, which I was glad about. Like, they didn't focus as much on difficulty, but they did talk a lot more about story. So we got way more of a story. And I was like, hell yeah, that's fucking cool. And then we had Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and that was cool. But same thing, it was like, it wasn't, like, crazy. I never really felt that the game was, like, super, like, drive me fucking nuts. And then, Sun and Moon, I was like, I went through the whole fucking game like that. And then on top of it, they're like, oh, there's Ultra Beasts. And I was like, oh, but then they're like, oh, they're not like fucking legendaries with that. Just throw a Beast Ball at it. I'm like, what the fuck?
They automatically capture.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
I didn't understand that concept.
I still think if I could take anything out of the game, and it's probably an unpopular opinion, I would take out Ultra Beasts. Ultra Beasts drive me nuts because it's just, why make another category of fucking things? Like, just make them Pokemon. Yeah. Like, just be Pokemon. Be its fucking...
I don't understand what their purpose is in the game. Like, I do
I know.
For the story.
Yeah, I was about to say. And
otherwise...
Ultra Sun and Moon, even though I didn't even play it, though, either, but Ultra Sun and Moon went a lot more in-depth with it, which I was glad about, because they did just kind of throw them in and then not put an explanation with them at all, so...
I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan. But... Yeah, I would... The hardest game, and I wish I still had it, I don't, if I would like to pick it up again, was definitely Platinum.
Yeah.
I think that game was phenomenal. Like, as far as in the series, like, I love like, I have a favorite in every... 5th gen, not so much. Yeah. I would love to connect to it, but I just don't. And I beat Weit. Like, it's not like I didn't, but...
Well, that's what I was saying before. That's why for me, Gen 5 and Gen 7 are the toughest ones for me to, like, remember mons and, like, get shit down.
I had a hard time trying to just get into it.
Some of the like, what's really funny is for Gen 5 in particular, I remember the characters way more than the Pokemon. Like,
the fucking annoying bitch
like Getsus and Colress, like, I remember, like, everybody in those. But, like, the mons themselves, I was
Gen 5, the annoying blonde bitch that, like, oh my god, I don't remember her name. Bianca.
Fuck. Yes, there you go.
She's so annoying. I will never forget her. She is more annoying than Lily.
Yeah,
and Lily's annoying.
Yeah, Lily's pretty fucking annoying. Lily's up there.
But, yeah, no, I mean, there are a couple, like, I think that Marshana is dope. I mean, I would never use Marshana.
Yeah, fifth gen was so polarizing. Some people hated like
Luna, not so much.
Yeah, some people were like vanilla, fucking
Marshana. Marshana is pretty dope. He looks dope. Not useful in any way, shape, or form. But Marshana's dope. I think that the whole monkey thing, I don't understand it. Pointless.
That's the one we're getting. That's the one I couldn't. We're getting. For sword, we're getting Galarian Darmanitan.
Yeah, but Darmanitan is pretty dope.
Yeah,
like he is actually a 5th gen.
Yeah. But that was the one I couldn't remember because you guys get you guys get Galarian Corsola. No, but that's what's different about Galarian. So at least I could be wrong, but I think he's
but you can use Zen mode like. I
know Zen mode's so dope.
Yeah.
I hope low key that this one does have Zen mode and they're just not posting it as like a number.
Maybe it's not just.
I'm praying. If it has a Zen mode, I will be so fucking happy. But it looks like a Yeti now instead of a fire monkey. Okay. So they literally just totally flipped up.
Switched it. No, all right.
I was just like, huh. I was like, that's fucking interesting.
Yeah, I like, if looking back, I have high hopes for this. We're just gonna leave it at that. I have high hopes.
Same.
I have high hopes for this. Mm-hmm. I really want, I'm super genuinely excited.
Either way, could not be more. I was about to say, let's just, regardless of what we're questioning or what the fuck we're excited about, we are amped regardless. We're gonna play the fuck out of this regardless.
I want the difficulty to be
up there, definitely.
I think that these games are too easy.
I agree. I definitely agree.
I do. I think they handhold too much.
100%. That's literally why we have to come up with shit like Nuzlocke and stuff to make the game harder.
Oh, Nuzlocks are dope as fuck.
Yep. We still gotta do one. I do mean that. We still actually have to do that. I gotta figure shit out.
I'd like to do, a 3D one, though, and I know they're hard as shit.
I did. The last Nuzlocke I did was on X and Y. I actually did that one really well. I think I only lost, 2 Pokemon.
Really?
On the whole thing, yeah. Because the good thing about the 3DS ones is they give you so many easy spots to farm, and if you want to, that's where you can choose to. EXP sharing cuts 2/3 of the time of farming.
That's the reason why I would like to do.
Because it literally cuts out so much farming.
I think I'd like to do Oris.
Oh yeah.
Because I've heard that that's kind of difficult. Because then you are going back to that. You don't have those simple areas.
Yep. That's true.
But you have a more broad spectrum of Pokemon.
That's definitely true. Which helps and hurts you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's dope.
I want it to be hard. I love that. I remember playing, because I did a Nuzlocke for Emerald, and it was hard as fuck.
Ooh, yeah.
I beat it. Yeah. But it was hard.
That one's tough. Emerald, I lost... I lost
at least 10.
I can't remember what gym leader it was. On one, it was either 7th or 8th gym leader. On 3rd gen, I lost all but 1 Mon. So I literally, from the last gym, I think it was the 7th gym leader. So then the 8th gym leader up to the Elite 4, I practically had to farm and raise a whole new team.
Steven almost ripped me a fucking new one. No, not Steven. Wallace.
Yeah.
He fucking ripped me a new one. Yeah. I was like, damn.
Yeah, Wallace is a real bitch.
Damn it, Wallace.
Yep. Wallace is a real son of a bitch. I'm mad prep for Wallace. That's why it was the gym leader I had before Wallace. And that's exactly why, because all I was thinking was the whole time I was like, I have to make a team and prep it for Wallace, and thank God it worked.
Somehow I got easy with all the rest of them. They didn't really have anything super memorable. But Wallace,
I remember
he hit me with 4 legendaries. I was done. I'm like, fuck. And it wasn't even simple ones. Mm-hmm. It was
oh, so you did it. Yeah, you did a randomized.
One was Rayquaza, and I'm like, oh, okay. All right, well, we have that going. And then, what the hell else did he have? He had a Mewtwo, which fucking sucked.
Yeah.
And then Groudon, which fucking sucked. And then
that's where you just end the game.
What was the fourth one?
Just turn that shit off after the fact.
Oh, Regigigas.
Oh my god.
Which, in that...
well, in those randomized, they have different abilities.
They have different abilities,
so it didn't have
slow start. And I was like, fuck, this thing's a fucking powerhouse. What the hell am I supposed to do? And he's not even in this gen. How did that happen?
Oh, god.
Oh, it sucked ass.
Yeah, the last big heartbreak that I had was in X and Y, and I just played X and Y straight. Like, I just literally turned on the 3DS and just started it. Mm-hmm. The most heartbreaking thing that happened was on right before the Elite Four. I had a Golduck that I got a Psyduck from on, like, maybe my third catch of the game.
Aww.
So I've literally had it, like, the whole fucking time, and just, like, one fucking crit just knocked it. And I was just like,
I think that's the worst, too.
I was devastated. I literally was like, fuck. I was like, it's the one mod. Like, it was gonna be my fucking first, like, bling on the fucking Elite Four, like, snapshot. I was like, God fucking damn it. So that one, like, it was so funny because, like, in actual game, it didn't set me back that much because I had a bunch of replacements, but just the emotional attachment I had to it, I was just like, no! I was so upset. I was just like, God damn it. But that's what I love about the Nuzlocke. They get you that fucking invested.
Like, fighting that Wallace fight, and he's just throwing these shits at me. And then he comes out, oh, his 5th Mon was a Salamence.
Jesus.
And I'm like, fuck me. 6th Mon comes out. This motherfucker has a Silcoon. It goes hard. I'm like, you suck ass. That's the
ultimate troll.
And I came out.
Ultimate troll.
And literally, I was phenomenal. Like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. You've got to be kidding me. I have 1 Mon left. Thank God it knows a fucking special fire move. Yep. I'm like, damn, this is the greatest day of my life, but at the same time, this is fucking joke.
Yep, exactly.
Like, what is happening?
Yep, you got hit with, like, the penultimate shit, and then
Seriously,
just, like, a sack of garbage
terrible.
At the end. That's fucking dope. Oh, God. Alright, well, we should probably wrap this up, Allie.
Yeah,
we could go for just about an hour on a full fucking Pokemon rant, but,
hey.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, my God. I'm so fucking excited. We're on the fucking midnight tonight. All we're, like... Yeah, on top of being busy as fuck this weekend, not podcast related, but at some point, yeah, we should definitely meet up. Fucking just play nonstop. We gotta figure it out. Well, yeah, of course. But I'm saying besides that, of course, because it's not like just one day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hey, man, I have a free weekend.
Could not be more happy around.
You're gonna post this on the internet. He's gonna be like, what the fuck?
What a piece of shit. God damn it.
Weekend.
Oh, God. But anyway, Allie, thank you again for coming on.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. You're welcome.
I appreciate you choosing me to talk about this topic.
Oh, please! Like I said,
it's one of my favorites.
Anytime, I really do mean this. Don't worry about me choosing. Anytime you want to be on the podcast, girl, and you already did. But like I said, just always it's an always open door policy. Hit me up. Talk anytime, even if I just get done with the recording and you're like, no, I want to talk about something. I'm fucking in.
Wait, can I talk about something really quick?
Yes,
you
absolutely.
You have to keep this in, though. Promise.
This is 100% going in.
Jason Momoa. I'm still waiting for you to pick me. Just fucking pick me, please.
There it is. Okay. I will keep that in, I swear. Jesus Christ. Shouting in the wind about fucking Jason Momoa.
Shout out to Jason Momoa. I love you, Call.
Shout out to JM. My boy. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, everybody, on that note, good evening, good night, and good luck. Goodbye, everybody.